Hey, this is Ariel in San Antonio, Texas. How's it going, guys?
Oh wow,
There's
you got the radio voice and
San
everything.
Antonio.
All right. Hey, got a question for you guys. Since a while back, well, for a while now, I've been researching a lot of Dirac,
Mhm.
versus Audyssey and all those kind of things. And you guys have too. It seems like the majority of Dirac, for the most part, that it's really the bass EQ that really bumps up that curve and gives you that Dirac feeling, I guess. What do you guys think about that? Is it mainly the bass, or is there a lot more that is involved with the rack that gives you that Dirac sound versus Audyssey or anything else?
All right, well, I'll give you guys a chance to answer that because I'm gonna go crazy on this.
You got this one, man. Just
All
go.
right, all right. So I think part of what people are saying that the bass is better. I think they're using a better target curve. I think at the end of the day, it's just more correct. I don't, I'm hesitant to use that word, but I don't like the target curve that Audyssey uses by default. And so I think a lot of people find that, man, took away all my bass. A lot of people bump up the bass right after they run Audyssey, and also,
Sure.
they changed it with the app where you can actually, change the curve to whatever you want. But I don't know that a lot of people know what curve they should put. It's more like they should probably put a default target curve that is, I guess, better for most people. I don't believe that their current target curve is that. Dirac just had a new update that's for mobile on certain AVRs. So NAD, Onkyo, Pioneer, where it kind of just keeps the same bass that it measures, right? And it allows you
Right.
to increase from there, right? So it's not taking
Right.
away the bass. And I think that's a big mistake. Uh, you know, Having speakers in your room, typically you're expecting to have room gain. I mean, it's just the natural thing that happens when you put speakers in a room. And it's kind of like free, free extra bass, right?
Free bass.
And what you want to do is kind of smooth that out, but you don't want to remove it.
Right.
I think that's what is happening when people are using
Okay.
Audyssey a lot of times is it's removing that, so they prefer the uncorrected one because it has more bass.
Right.
Is
So
that-
what I'm doing, I have I have a Marantz receiver, so I'm using the app, I forget what it's called, Audyssey whatever it is.
Is it the phone app or the PC app?
Yeah, no, it's just the mobile app.
Okay.
Yeah, so the $20 one. So I'm actually taking my curtain on my bass and just cutting it all off, and I'm doing mini DSP on two of my subs, right? So
Okay.
I'm just kind of curious with what you said and what everything's being said about Dirac and everything. So I'm wondering is once you mini DSP your subs, are
Mhm.
you like closer to the Dirac sound as far as the curve is concerned, or closer, or not really? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so there's no Dirac sound. Actually, the default curve for Dirac is a downward. I always forget which way to do this. Down straight a downward slope,
Right.
right?
Right.
That's more similar to some research that kind of came out of Sean Olive's research that shows a downward sloping line, but I don't think that that's the correct curve.
Yeah.
And I think if I talk to those guys, they would also say, yeah, that's not the correct curve. That's just kind of generally the trend that we found. But a lot of people kind of assume that this is the target curve, and I don't think that that's
Right.
actually correct. But the Dirac sound that you're talking about, you just wanna increase the bass. I mean, that's probably will give you want a more satisfying experience, right? And
Right.
to me, when I think of the Dirac sound, it's more that they are really good at getting timing and phase alignment. They can do that a lot better than some of the other room corrections that I've seen. So to me, the Dirac sound is not so much that it has more bass, It's more that the speakers sound very cohesive. They all sound more similar than different, and it sounds like you're in like a bubble of sound. Versus with Audyssey, I found that sometimes it just sounds like, oh, there's a left speaker in the center and the right, and they're all kind of level matched, but they sound like separate speakers.
Right, right. Yeah, so I guess my ultimate question is, since I am doing a mini DSP on my subs, so add Dirac to that, or Dirac, however you pronounce that, then that would be probably the ultimate experience that you can get, rather than mini DSP subs and Audyssey. You just need to step it up a little bit more with the Dirac curve, even though you're gonna mini DSP your subs rather than use a direct sub EQing or whatever.
Which AVR do you have?
Gosh, I got the I can't even remember. It's the SR. It's a 7-channel, so I'm doing a 5.1.2.
What brand is it?
So
I'm just trying to figure out. Marantz. I'm just trying to figure out. Well, if it works with the app, then you can also use MultEQ-X. That's their new $200 app. That's for a PC. That will get you to another level, right? In my opinion, I can get Audyssey MultEQ-X to sound as good, if not better, than a Dirac system. And then now, and because you have the mini DSP on top of that, you can get real crazy and really do a good job of equalizing your subs and optimizing. You can go pretty crazy with it.
Right, and that was kind of my dilemma. I was thinking, well, okay, so I could definitely do the Audyssey or the MultEQ-X, and so if that was going to be as good or better as going Dirac, right? I was kind of scratching my head, going, well, should I sell my Marantz and get something with Dirac, on it, or just save that money and get that $200 Audyssey and work with that, rather than trying to get an Onkyo or Pioneer with the Dirac down there already.
Yeah, well, I would say it depends on your ability to do the calibration, because that MultEQ-X is really for manual calibration. I think that's how you get the most out of it. So you have to have a good amount of experience, because you're telling it what to do. You're not I don't recommend that you use anything automatic about it, really. And so if you're looking for a simple solution, I think Dirac gets you, I would say, 85, 90% of the way there in much faster. And so actually Chana, it's too bad he's not here. He has been testing out that Pioneer VSX 505, something like that. And it does have Dirac. And prior to that, he had MultEQ-X on the, Denon, and I went and I did the manual calibration, and he said Dirac sounds really good. Actually, he was surprised how good it sounded. In his opinion, he said it sounded a lot better than Audyssey automatic calibration, but not as good as the manual calibration. So, but my calibration took like 4 hours. So
you
kind of have to weigh whether it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, that's all I had. I appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you guys.
Sounds good. All right.
See you, man.
Take care.